So my presentation is outdated. So I'm sorry if I still refer to the blockchain that we're building on as Elrond. So the truth is, building DeFi on Elrond is hard. With all these NFT, gaming, and metaverse projects thriving, with whatever we do, even with all these funny logo and stickers, we still feel like we are incredibly boring. Hi, my name is Neil. I'm from AshSwap. And today, to start, I want to tell you two stories about my first time in Europe. So when I first came to Europe, I was amazed by the epic scenery here, with the peaceful southern French countryside and the stunning Alps. But what I found most extraordinary was the exchange rates. And that was a life-changing experience. So the first thing I did after landing in Europe was to try to exchange some US dollars for euros. And it was stupid enough to not do it at home, just to realize how crazy the rates the currency exchange counters here offered. Now it seems like euros and US dollars are pegged to each other, acting just like stablecoins. And maybe we can even list them on AshSwap as a pair. But at the time, one US dollar was 0.92 euros. But the rates I got from the good-looking and indifferent guy at the exchange counter was 700 euros. And that was $250 fee. And right before I decided to walk away, he called me up and he gave me a better offer of 720 euros. And trust me, I used Ethereum long enough to know that this is more expensive than Ethereum. And I didn't even know that the rates were actually negotiable. This is money, right? It's not like a T-shirt in the Vietnamese market. So I figure if with all my haggling experience, if I hang around long enough, I might be able to bring it up to like 1,400 or something. So after the trip, coming back from Europe, you know how it works. I was expected by my family to bring home some Swiss watches. And so being a tourist, I was able to claim back some tax at the airport. And so happy to have that like 5% discount. I went to the tax-free office just to realize how crazy it was. So €1 normally equals 25,000 or 24,000 Vietnamese dong. Yeah, you did not hear it wrong. It's 1 and 25,000. That's a lot of zeros, right? And if denominated in Vietnamese dong, no need for crypto, we are all millionaires. And for a lot of you, billionaires. So back at the airport, the woman in the office told me that she couldn't give me euros for the rebate, only Vietnamese dong. And the rate that she gave me is 18,000, was 18,000. So that's a 30% cut again. And this time, I didn't have any choice. It's take it or leave it. So I told myself in the first story that the counter was a business, so they have their reasons, their own prices. And I was a tourist, so that's maybe the tourist rate. But this is a tax-free office. Doesn't it mean it's something official? And it should have the rates close to the official rate, right? Not really. So the question is, do we need all these intermediaries and bureaucracy with unbelievable fees for those simple transactions? So to give you a comparison, a simple swap transaction like this on a decentralized exchange like my exchange costs 0.3%. That's 100 times cheaper. My second story is about permission. We registered AshSwap in Europe, as most Elrond users are here, and that's why we are here. And it was able to open a corporate bank account for AshSwap in Switzerland. But when it comes to my personal account, I was denied. Okay, so as a bank, they have their reasons. I respect that. It had nothing to do with me, but with the country that I come from. Apparently, Vietnam is not on the bank's trusted list. However, Vietnam is the 36th economy, ranked by GDP, with an even higher ranking by growth rate. And we are one of the most promising economies in Asia at the moment. We're still small, but how about smaller countries? Like how many people are being denied access just simply because of their nationality? So what's the solution for my bank account and my salary? I have two ways. The first way, I can go through multiple banks, multiple intermediaries, multiple countries, and that would incur a lot of fee and very expensive. But I have the second way, which is via blockchain in cryptocurrencies. And even if I do it on Ethereum, it's still far cheaper. So these experiences and stories really reinforced my belief in crypto and blockchain in general, and DeFi in particular. So today, 2 billion people have no access to formal financial services. That's no access at all. And if you count the stories of people like me, the number can be unimaginably higher. So we need a better system, where transactions are open, free, and transparent. Free doesn't mean it's like free transaction, no fee, right? It's that you're free to access whoever you are, wherever you are. And people would not be denied access simply because of where they were born. So buying into that vision of a free, permissionless, and decentralized economy, we at AshSwap set out to build a DeFi product. Then the question arose, where to build it? So to turn that vision into reality, we need infrastructure that is scalable, secure, and easy. And when choosing a blockchain on which to build AshSwap, we looked for those exact criteria. And I'm sorry again, but the Elrond network appears to meet all of them. Now it's Multiverse X. But these are the prerequisites. We need more. Right now, one of the biggest challenges in DeFi, in my opinion, is adoption. This means that DeFi is still a very small and closed space with little impact on the day-to-day life of people. We have the same amount of money going back and forth between DeFi applications, but we need to bring more users onto the blockchain space, and we need to bring the DeFi use cases to the real world. And to achieve that goal of mass adoption, we cannot expect normal users, someone like my mother, to know all the things about how crypto and blockchain work, just to get a simple loan. Internet banking is already hard enough for her, let alone these big brain cryptography backend infrastructure. So a breakthrough in user experience is inevitably needed. At AshSwap, we care a lot about user experience, and we aim to become one of the most user-friendly DeFi platforms out there. Fortunately, Elrond has this vision of the next billion users, and they seem really care about user experience. So for that, we chose Elrond to be the home court of AshSwap. AshSwap is the second decentralized exchange, or DEX, on Elrond. So why would you need another DEX when the Maya exchange already exists? It's because we serve a different need, and we complement Maya. So AshSwap brings a stable swap model onto the Elrond network where people can trade assets that have similar prices with a low slippage, small fees, and we do so with significantly less locked liquidity. So our simulations show that we can achieve the same price for stable assets with 10% of the liquidity compared to a normal DEX, a popular DEX like the Maya exchange. And this means that AshSwap is a much more suitable place for people to trade similarly priced assets. We started AshSwap a year ago, and last month we were very honored to become the 4th project launched on the Maya Launchpad. And we are very happy to be the very first DeFi application among the 4 projects on the Maya Launchpad. And the results were staggering, even during this tough time of the bear market. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank all our private investors and the community for such incredible support. Okay, but now it's done. It's time to get back to build, right? AshSwap at the moment is fully functional and live on DevNet, and with all the core features including swap, liquidity provision, liquidity staking, yield boosting, and governance staking. You can try it on our devnet.ashswap.io right now. And to test the app, we have held 2 Battle of Years events, one in May and one in October, attracting tens of thousands of registrations. And we have received very, very positive feedback from the community. So it's just a matter of time until more stablecoins and stable assets flowing into the Elrond ecosystem and opening a whole new era for DeFi and Elrond. But wait, there's more. AshSwap is not a simple exchange. I got asked this question a lot. Why would you need to trade stablecoins? And what do you do to really impact the whole ecosystem? So AshSwap is a DeFi primitive that can enable a lot more products to be built in the Elrond DeFi ecosystem. It allows applications to issue assets that are pegged to each other. I'm sorry if it's too technical. And create decentralized and effective markets for those tokens. Right now on Elrond mainnet, there's the Maya exchange. But you need all the pieces to complete the DeFi puzzle. Stablecoins are undoubtedly an essential element. Right now we have USDC, which is an asset-backed stablecoin, similar to USDT. But there are a lot more types of stablecoins that can be developed. You have crypto-backed stablecoins like DAI, FRAX, MIM, or you have algorithmic stablecoins like UST or DJET. I'm not saying that we're going to build another Luna, but algorithmic stablecoins are a very interesting topic. We also need lending and borrowing applications. Like on Ethereum, we have Aave and Compound. And on Elrond, there comes Hatem protocol. These applications oftentimes issue assets that are pegged to the underlying assets in the lending pool. And those assets are ideal to list on, to list on this stable swap like AshSwap. And the same holds true for liquid staking applications and derivative products, such as synthetics or options. Those are the needed parts in the Elrond DeFi ecosystem, but it's very hard to start these initiatives without effective markets. And by effective, I mean it doesn't put huge stress on projects to bootstrap the initial liquidity. But with AshSwap, this changes completely. And the Elrond ecosystem is now prepared for the next wave of development. So let's bring in that 1 billion users. We're here to serve them. And I want to end this with a story about the team behind AshSwap. We are a bunch of young guys, highly motivated to build a DeFi application. But we didn't have any prior connections within the space or any excessive funding to start with. But outside of blockchain and crypto, there's no way we can have the chance to do the things that we are doing right now. Legal requirements, and bureaucracy would have shut down our ambition in this grip. But blockchain and Web3 have removed the high entry barriers so that everyone can practice ownership over their finance and their decisions. So I wouldn't dare to say that we are trying to change the world. That's taboo. But we want to join forces, open discourse, and build meaningful products to help steer the wheel of the industry toward the direction that we believe is better for everybody. So the internet has decentralized knowledge and information. Now blockchain and Web3 are decentralizing talents. So we, together, can build that future. Thank you all very much.